This is Rob Konsu of Radio ITG bringing us Game 2 in Peace and Harmony versus OminousLatinName. Gates are already down, and we are on DruidsIsle. Most people call this the Gank Isle, mostly because, one, there are no gates, except for in the very beginning. So there's no thief. You can very, very easily shadow step in and out of the opponent's base. The gank entrance into the base, you do need to plant a seed in order to be able to walk across to the base. But of course, if you can shadow step, you really don't need that. And once you plant that seed, you don't need to keep on replanting it. And it is very, very easily to access your opponent's base. And already right here we see PnH. They're sort of going in the side entrance from their base through that mending pool and attacking OLN from the side. I have seen this done quite a few times and rather successfully. What this does is it enables them to fight on OLN's, or I should say Tag's side of the flag. And that's going to give Stop Flaming, as we zoom on over here, that's going to give him very, very easy access to the flag stand. And pretty much they are already on very, very good ground for the flag stand at the very beginning of this match because they chose to attack OminousLatinName from the side. And in fact, in my opinion, I really can't tell you why this would be bad for them to do, because as you see right here, Tag is sort of forced either A, to have their monks with their back turned towards that flag runner, which arguably he doesn't have any kind of any kind of offense, or it's going to force them to rotate their front line towards that flag stand to attack that flag runner and then expose their back line. So it's a very good move. The only bad thing to it is if your opponent does it as well. Then that's really going to slow down the flag running, but it slows down the flag running for both teams. So we have already had a kill here on OminousLatinName. Going to go ahead and switch this up to the party morale so that we can see exactly how many kills we have had. And of course, as of right now, it is only one. And also, this gives Peace and Harmony easy access to the flag runner of OminousLatinName. As we see right there, there was some good Warstrel's Demise spike on him, as well as a little bit of a Dervish bomb. And he is able to get in there and get that flag capped. But there is very, very little safe haven for that runner to charge into that flag stand with Peace and Harmony attacking them from the side. And as we see, Torsen on Tag, he has already been taken down. That is a Necromancer for OminousLatinName. He is a Hexer, and I must say that I am surprised that I have not seen Hex builds to the volume that which I expected. Obviously, Warstrel's Demise and Spiritual Pain are overpowered, and which is why we have been seeing a lot of that in this tournament. However, because Ether Prodigy is not a core or Nightfall skill, that does not give the flag running, or rather global healers of the party, access to as much energy as what they need to spam Heal Party or Light of Deliverance to the same level that they can in the normal ladder. So with that being, applying heavy condition and hex degenerative pressure across the team will force them to invest even more resources into spamming out that Heal Party rather than what they have normally been able to in the past. And as you see right here with Peace and Harmony, even though they have scored quite a few kills on OminousLatinName, right now they're getting pushed off of that flag stand area. As we see, the majority of the members are hovering around 50% health. And I'm going to try and find exactly where that global healer is. And we see Stop Flaming right there. He does have the flag in hand, and he does have a Heal Party. His only energy management is going to be Glyph of Lesser Energy. And I can tell you that Glyph of Lesser Energy is not going to recharge to the volume that he's going to need to spam Heal Party in order to combat all of this pressure. And also, we see here with Scourge healing, and actually right now this is sort of bad that they did attack OLN from the side. He's getting Scourge healing after Scourge healing after Scourge healing, and he is not in any kind of range to get any healing from his backline. They are way too far away. They would have to push in deep into OLN, being heavily pressured in order to land any kind of healing onto Stop Flaming. And right here, you see that they have made a strong push into OLN to pick up their heal party spammer and are hurting very, very heavily from that. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and check out the team status right now, and they're below 50% with their morale. If we check out the health, they are just above 75 right now. However, they have had quite a few heals come in. And I'm going to keep on spying Stop Flaming as we see 2 Scourge healings right there. I've seen 3. I've even seen 4 get put on to Stop Flaming. And, you know, he's needing to spam those out, you know, one after the other, regardless of how many Scourge healings he has on himself, and one that's going to kill himself as he did in the past, and also that's going to completely deplete his energy, and then sooner or later he's not going to be able to volley up those heal parties, and then the whole team is just going to wither and die as soon as that happens. I'm going to go ahead and spy out the other monks, see if they have Light of Deliverance. If they do, then that's going to help with the global heals. But right there we see Real Big Fish. He has Glimmer of Light, and in fact Tarnia does have Light of Deliverance, so they are able to heal somewhat through this pressure. But Tarnia is a Monk Assassin, which means he has absolutely no energy management. Even though Light of Deliverance is only 5 energy, he is still going to be able to have to spam that over and over and over again and not really give him any kind of time to, say, heal up Susie right here with a big heal, or his Monk partner, Real Big Fish. And right there we did see Stop Flaming get a lot of heat in on him. There was a Wild Blow. I'm not too sure on why a Wild Blow was put on Stop Flaming. I don't think he has any stances. In fact, I don't think monks or elementalists have any stances whatsoever. I could be wrong, but not too sure why he had a Wild Blow done on him. Possibly just a miskey. And in fact, Stop Flaming is also using Gale on his spikes, which is another high energy skill, and also that's going to exhaust his energy. I don't talk too much about exhaustion over the shoutcast. So for those of you who do not play Guild Wars and don't know what exhaustion is basically half of the energy that you spent for that skill is exhausted. And exhaustion depletes half as quickly as what your energy regenerates. So if you keep on exhausting yourself, it's basically going to black out your bar, and you're not going to be able to regen any more energy until that exhaustion wanes. It's a little bit more complex than that. It would help if you actually saw the energy bar and how it works, but exhaustion is nothing that you want on yourself, especially being a global healer spammer against a Hex Degeneration team. Going to go ahead here and get a probe down on the Mesmer on OminousLatinName. I'm sure he's dealing out degenerations as well. He does have crippling anguish right there as his elite. That's going to slow down people and put some degeneration on him. He's got Conjure Phantasm. I would not doubt that he has Images of Remorse, possibly Conjure Nightmare as well, but that's a little bit too high of a skill. And in fact, Jaden right there getting the onslaught on him. A Warstrol's Demise and 2 Spiritual Pains to spike him down before PeaceAndHarmony can do anything about that. And really, you have to wonder, possibly they were unable to heal through that spike because Stop Flaming and Tarnia are completely exhausted out of energy. And you also have to consider that for Real Big Fish as well. He is also a Monk Assassin, and he has no energy management of himself. Even though Glimmer of Light is only a 5 energy skill cost, healing through all of this pressure is going to deplete that energy. And right now, Peace and Harmony, with that big spike down on Asp, which was a Monk Elementalist, pretty much they're able to push Tag out of their base. And Asp does resurrect back at base, and he's going to hurry up to the flag stand as quickly as possible and rejoin his team. So we are at 10 minutes and 16 seconds. I'm not sure if we have had a morale boost at all. Yes, we have had a morale boost by Tag being pushed into the base right there. The flag running was pretty much cut off by both teams, and that morale boost inevitably ensued. So currently we are at an 8v8 stance right here, and again, you are seeing Peace and Harmony getting hexed all across the board. Disturbed Kitten was at about 50%, and then the Dervish Warriors of Tag sort of collapsed on Kitten, and with Tarnia and Stop Flaming inevitably very, very low on energy, they were unable to heal through that Dervish train that was done on Disturbed. Right there, Real Big Fish has been finished off by Tag, and Peace and Harmony is getting pushed back into their base simply because they do not have the defensive capacity to deal with all of these hexes. Currently, right now, OminousLatinName does have the flag stand. 1 minute 33 seconds to a morale boost, and it should be no problem for them to get that. In 15 seconds, that Monk will resurrect. They're probably going to toy around with Tarnia right now, even though she's probably going to turtle within the base. Or I should say he's going to turtle in the base. And then try and get him down just past 12 minutes. Or since that Resurrection Shrine is dangerously close to the front stand, they might try to spike him down as soon as possible right now. Or rather not spike down, but put some pressure. And then Warrior Train on him, or I should say Dervish Train on him, and get him down. As we see, a lot of Dervish skills go in on Real Big Fish. As if they can get him down, they will be without a Monk for quite a long time, or force Peace and Harmony to use a Resurrect on him. Tarna, though, seems to be not too healthy right there, laying out an Infuse Health. And OLN, you know, just playing the slow and steady game right now, applying as many hexes on as possible, letting those do its work, overloading the backline capacity of Peace and Harmony, and spiking down the low targets. Right now we see Melissan on Peace and Harmony. He was down there quite a lot, but got some nice heals from the backline. And Peace and Harmony, at least for now, holding up to OminousLatinName inside their base. However, you have to wonder exactly what Peace and Harmony is going to be able to do as soon as all of their energy is exhausted. OminousLatinName, though, as it has happened in the past, as soon as they push into that base with the additional NPCs, they are unable to deal with that pressure, and PnH was able to get a good spike down on one of the Tag members, and because of that, Tag is forced to retreat out of the base. However, in 60 seconds, they will be getting a morale boost. Going to go ahead here and check in on the Vine Bridge for Peace and Harmony, and that has not yet been laid. So if they want to try and run a flag and get control of that flag stand area, they will have to push out front, and they will have to push through Tag in order to get that done. And Tag right now is pretty much just going to camp out the front of their base because they know that PnH is not going to push into them. They're just going to contain them in their base until they get their morale boost. And then with those additional resources that the morale boost is going to provide to them, they are going to push in and try and take it out. And in fact, with 20 seconds left, you see them already going into the base, because what they want to do is cast their heavy hitter spells. As we see right here, Animal Heartu casted up Aegis, which has a long recharge time, which in 6 seconds, Aegis is going to be recharged for Animal. I'm sure if Jaden did have, say, a Conjure Nightmare, he would have casted that first. And then as soon as that morale boost came around, that skill would be instantly recharged. And in fact, he did cast Conjure Phantasm, as really Conjure Phantasm, he casted within like 2 seconds of the first time that he did cast that skill. I believe Conjure Phantasm has like a 5-6 second recharge, I want to say. I know I'm wrong on that number, but it is pretty high. And that's pretty much what Jaden did right there. Just spammed off his heavy hitters. And in fact, quite interestingly, he has Spirit Shackles, which quite a few weeks ago I was talking to some guild members, and they were saying or debating on actually using Spirit Shackles. Primarily this has been used in a PvE instance. Spirit Shackles is going to drain your energy as you attack, so that's really going to wreak havoc on those dervishes of Peace and Harmony. They're just going to be Spirit Shackled, and if they try to attack, that's going to drain their energy, and then that's going to prevent them from using any of their melee skills, like Wearying Strike that we just saw right there. Obviously, that Spirit Shackles was not on Susie. It was more than likely on Melissa, which inevitably has been killed off right now on Peace and Harmony. Just going to go ahead here and get an NPC count inside the base. We still do have 2 archers along the back walls of Peace and Harmony's base. However, looking up at the front gate, none of them are still standing. And looking over by the guild hall, both knights are standing. That bodyguard, we do have 1 archer in that guild hall area, as assumed. OLN did suffer 1 spike down by those Mesmers of Peace and Harmony. And also the Mesmer Elementalist Fujiwara that in fact never even spawned into the last match was just taken down. So really Tag right here for the first time against Peace and Harmony, showing their true colors and showing their true capacity. You know, I'm not going to comment too much on the last match, but when you're down 1 player, it's kind of hard not to lose. But right now, OminousLatinName is down 2 members. Apparently, they were unable to resurrect those, and they are going to be falling all the way back to base. Fuji was stricken down within the base of Peace and Harmony, and then Tag was taken down a little bit after on the retreat back to the flag stand. Peace and Harmony is going to lay a flag on that flag stand and push into the base of OminousLatinName, possibly. However, if I was Peace and Harmony right here, I would not even attempt at pushing too far into the base. Possibly get some of those top archers out by way of your melee skills, but I wouldn't push in too hard, because with all of the degenerative hexes coming off of Tag, and then also with the pressure from all of those archers, it is going to be incredibly hard to maintain the same level of protection that you would otherwise be handling, fighting them right in front of their base. And in fact, right here, we do see Peace and Harmony laid the seed down. In fact, it looked like they were going to lay the seed. I thought I heard that seed being laid. It could be out of the base of Peace and Harmony. In fact, no seeds down anywhere. Possibly just dropped that seed, and that's what I was hearing. I'm not too sure on why Peace and Harmony would want to give Tag an easy exit out of their base. So that is definitely why they did not plant that seed. However, it would make sense that they would want to plant their own base, as OLN is not built to split as much as Peace and Harmony. And if they are pushed back into their base, that would give them an easy out and a method of applying pressure onto the base of OminousLatinName without having to push all the way through them. Just draw them into your base, sneak a couple guys out the back, and start taking out some NPCs that way. However, what do I know? I'm just a shoutcaster, and neither team has done any sort of bridge planning. We're just skirmishing 8v8 here up by the flag stand area. And pretty even right now. So far, no kills and hardly any hexes going off. Tag Asp is using Defender's Zeal as his elite. That is a big energy management skill from the Smite department, and he is trying to blanket those Scourge healings across the board as much as possible. And pretty much what that Defender's Zeal is doing, as we see there, whenever target foe lands you with an attack, so that's going to be going on the dervishes, you get 2 energy. So again, pretty much even kill right here. However, as we see, Peace and Harmony is going to be planning that bridge into the base of OminousLatinName and looking at taking down some of those archers. In fact, they have already taken down, or I thought they had already wiped the base, but of the archers. But you know, I haven't looked at the time for quite some time, and we're already at victory or death, which pretty embarrassed about even missing that important moment of the game. You know, when all the NPCs run out of the base and attack each other at the flag stand. So right now, Tag has a heavy advantage at that flag stand area with all of those NPCs up there. The bodyguard has already been taken off, which is a big hit right there. And the bodyguard for Peace and Harmony is still standing. However, there are extreme hexes in on him. Have a nice dervish spike down on him, and that's going to finish off the bodyguard and stop flaming right there. Way back in the base, protecting from a gank, has been finished off by Claws and Real Big Fish, letting up some heals right there. Animal Heartsu was knocked off right there by the flag stand, quickly resurrected. Jaden, though, back at base, has been cleaned off by Peace and Harmony. Checking out Stop Flaming right there on Peace and Harmony. He is running a flag out of the base right now and more than likely looking at spamming up some heal parties as soon as possible, because Big Fish and Tarnia are not feeling too good. In fact, Real Big Fish hits the deck right in that mending pool. Quickly resurrected. And Peace and Harmony, in fact, I think they have a very, very slight NPC advantage right now. They have 2 archers, and I don't see any for Tag right now. So Peace and Harmony did an excellent job with those spiritual pains and the area of effect from those, also from the area of effect of the dervishes, of cleaning off those NPCs before Tag could clean off theirs. So right now, Peace and Harmony doing a very good job at sort of turning this this battle in their favor. But Tag trying to blanket those hexes as much as possible again. Blanket those Scourge healings. Checking out Flaming right now. Preps up a Glyph of Lesser Energy. And right there, getting hit with 208 points of damage from that heal party that he laid up on his teammates. Jaden, the Mesmer Hexer on Tag, has been stricken down again. And the party morale is pretty much even right here. Peace and Harmony right now is making a desperation rush. Or actually, I really shouldn't say a desperation rush. They are pretty well ahead right now on the Guild Lord. They're going to force a confrontation in front of that Guild Lord. However, checking out Tarnia right now, he is snared down along with Real Big Fish. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere. Big Fish is going to hit the deck. Tarnia is going to be incredibly pressured right now, being assaulted by 4 members of Tag. Peace and Harmony is completely out of monks. However, looking at the Guild Lord of Tag, he is finished off, as nobody from Peace and Harmony was able to get back there to heal him up.